All right. I ended where I said that most maternally enmeshed people are also narcissists raised by narcissistic mothers. So I thought let me just do a very, very brief overview of what narcissists are like, or those with narcissistic personality disorder, or those with narcissistic traits. I am only going to look at this from the perspective of the red flag lady who we are going to talk about and who we have been talking about. You do your own research. If any of this rings a bell, you do your own research and you'll find other traits that I don't mention that are also part of this kind of person's makeup. All right, let's go into it quickly. I really want to get this done, sorted, and what's it called? Put on. Let us go. First, according to the Stat Pills journal. Okay, it's a complex psychological condition, NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Some people just have the traits, but some have a full blown disorder. You can try and diagnose them yourself because most don't go and look for a diagnosis. So there will never be a formal diagnosis. But it's like autism. I knew my children had it. I just took them for it to be, as the psychiatrist said, confirmed. You will recognize it. But yes, so it's a pervasive pattern of grandiosity, need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. Now, that lack of empathy part is dangerous because they want what? Need for admiration. People will admire me if I do good things. I will give my money not because I have empathy, but because I look good. I look caring. I look like I have empathy. And that is where so many people are caught out. So generous, but it's not actually in the heart. It's this need of admiration that drives it, that pushes it. So that's unfortunately why people get caught up in these relationships with these people. They have some of them can have comorbid psychiatric and substance abuse disorders, and this can actually give some social impairment. So let's talk about this now. Let us see. It says, going back to grandiosity, this is someone who has pompous superiority. They're pretentiously grand and superior. That is grandiosity. An example of this that we saw in the husband. One day he was walking outside church, and those who know Adventists know that we do teach the health message, including plant-based diet. He came across a member, not even a member, just a newcomer, eating biltong, or what Americans call beef jerky, I think. And he grabbed it from her hand just as she was about to eat it and said to her, "Not in my church." That is pompous superiority. They like novelty. They seek out quite moderately to highly. They are moderate to high novelty seeking people. Something new, something different, novelty. They're not satisfied with contentment, the normal round of life. They want something new. And what does that mean for you who are in a committed relationship? They want someone new, novelty. And think of it this way, they have stability with their mother. And so everything else, it can come and go. Come and go is okay. Variety is the spice of life. So they want novelty, something new always. Let me just type this part because my children are asleep. Reward dependence. Okay, so they have high reward dependence. So they want to be rewarded. They feel like they're not worth anything unless they are praised and admired. So they want praise when completing tasks or when forming new relationships. So they are social, but it's only so that they can be praised, so that they can associate with, and they associate with others who are of high status, so that they can feel like, oh, see, I'm like these people. We're all the same high status kind of people. We want to be praised. I'm the best of all these people. I help them with my money. That's the other way that they work. They they will maintain behaviors. They are very persistent. They are very persistent. They strive for higher accomplishments. Ambitious, they are highly ambitious and want social status worthy of praise. So they will not strive to be the best builder, the best digger out in the garden. They want those positions that come with high status. They definitely do not want a blue collar job. It has to be white collar. That is it. It's not about being financially stable, it's about being praised as having high status. And they will do anything, compromise any principle they pretend to hold, so they can get that higher and higher and higher status, job position, role. And this reward thing is not like a normal person or a normal Christian or a normal kind hearted person where they are rewarded by helping others. They want to, the reward they get is if they are told they are helpful, or they are told you can help me get my, move up on the career ladder. That personal come to me reward, as opposed to I'll come to you. So what they've seen, physiologically, they haven't really done much imaging, because not many people come and say, I have NPD, you can look at my brain. Or, can you help me? I'm not very kind to people. What's wrong with me? Not many people do that, but the few brains they have scanned, those people seem to have a very small actual, what's it called? The area, the regions that deal with empathy, compassion, cognition, and emotional regulation. These areas, the gray matter is reduced. And that could be why we learn that you basically cannot cure narcissistic personality disorder. It's in the head, literally, not in the mind, in the head. But with intense therapeutic intervention, they can learn how to give the right responses, to show empathy, even if they don't really feel it, to be, even though they don't feel like it. But many don't want to be anyway. And what else does it say? Gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we won't go into that, because that doesn't matter. We can't see the brain. We can only see how they behave. So that's what we're going to focus on. Smirking, scoffing. Have you seen them smirking, scoffing? Unfortunately, the younger you are, the less chance there is for them to all smirk and scoff at people. It's as they go higher up the organizations, if they're working, that they then start looking down at others. But when you're all in high school, I guess you could be a bully and scoff at someone, but you're all wearing the same uniform. You're all school pupils. So there's nothing much. You won't realize when you're young. It only shows up once they're either up in the church organization, up, or in their workspace. Then you start seeing that now I think I'm better than that other person. They have a lot of speech. They talk a lot. Why? Because they want to prove themselves or brag about their achievements. The lady we're talking about, that is something she noticed a lot. I was a prefect in school. I was in the A team for this place, for this team. I was in the school play. I was the best, the best, the best, the best, the best. More than, how was your school life? How were your teachers? It was never my friendships at school were like this, or I really regret that this happened at school, or this was my favorite memory. It was how amazing I was at school. Be careful of such people. They have a very poor understanding of their own selves. It's an egocentric disorder, which means I will not see that I'm crazy or messed up. I will not see that I'm messed up. They don't accept self deficit. They don't accept that there's something they could be doing better, something they could be better at. It's impossible for them to get that. They don't believe that they can improve, and they don't want to. So then, will they ever say, "Oh, you were right"? Never. You will tell them, "We must turn left here. This is what the map says." "No, I remember coming here before." And then you drive past the left you said you should take, and they take the next left, and oops, it's a crescent. Oh, it actually was the road before. And they will never say, "I should have listened to you." Never. If that is a thing, a pattern you see happening, run away. It's one of the red flags. Another symptom of this "I'm always right" is the lack of apology. If you never get apologies, run away. Poor impulse control, again, that leads to the infidelity thing. I'm not going to think and stop and say, is this what God would want? Now, as I said, I'm talking from a Christian perspective. Would God approve of this? Would this make my spouse happy or my boyfriend happy? Will it not hurt my boyfriend if I do this? And if it does hurt them, then if it would hurt them, let me not, because I love them. And the question is, can they love? And people say no, they actually can't love. They can't love. That's sad. And if I don't love you, I won't care that I've hurt you, and therefore I will not apologize. I will tell you I love you, but my version of love is not one that is self-sacrificing, self-forgetful, truthful, empathetic, or caring, nor loyal, not loyal to you. So I will say it, but I don't know what that actually means. So now the NPD DSM-5 TR criteria, that is the high standard, the textbook of conditions. They have a grandiose sense of self-importance, exaggerating achievements and talents, and they want to be recognized as superior, even if there's actually nothing that says, "I am superior." It's like, I want to be recognized as superior even though I don't have a middle in anything. That kind of thing. Even though I'm just like you, you must still recognize me as superior. Not because I've got greater oratory skills, not because my IQ is 180 and yours is 70, but just because I am superior. Not because I'm kinder, not because I give and you guys are all selfish. I just am. They have preoccupation with fantasies of success, power, beauty. I want to be the best. I want to go this far. I want to go there where the rich people go, that kind of thing. They believe they are special, and they can only be understood by other special people, the other high status people, or they want to only associate with those who they believe are also high status, or at least, getting there, not with the small guy. They won't form close friendships with anyone who's lower status. They demand excessive admiration. And if you're demanding excessive admiration, can you take any criticism positively? Will you want to change? If someone says, "You really hurt me when you make sarcastic comments," you're not admiring me. How dare you say that I'm a hurtful person? And then they won't change. Sense of entitlement. I am owed a life of rest and relaxation. Why should I help with the children? Why should I make meals? You are there to make meals. Entitlement. It could be entitlement in any way. Exploitative behaviors. To get what I want, I will use people. To get the sense of superiority, if you come to me for guidance, I will guide you, not because I want to help you, but so that you know that I am wise, or at least think that I am wise and intelligent. We've already talked about lack of empathy. This girl, she fell, the one who we're talking about, she once fell on a Friday evening. It had been raining and was muddy. She was walking with the man and her best friend, and she slipped and fell backwards. She was shocked, but thankfully nothing hurt at the moment. So she was just laughing at herself that how could this be? And her best friend was saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I mean, falling backwards, and there's cement, bricks, kind of paving slabs, those square ones, and space, and then square. It's dangerous. So the friend is asking, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And the husband to be, he says, "Get up, you're embarrassing me." Run away. Run away from someone who has no empathy. Now I'm just going to clevelandclinic.org. I'm trying to see what else I have not mentioned. Bragging, exaggerating. And the thing is, if you don't know them, you won't know that they're exaggerating their achievements. And if you're just meeting them for the first time and you've not known them before, you will think they're telling you about themselves, when really what they're telling you is really they're bragging about themselves as opposed to telling you about themselves. So, example, I will tell you, when I was small, I went to Rustenburg, I went to Micklefield Girls' School, and the teachers there, some of them were racist. I had one best friend, we went to her house. Her house was huge. When I was in high school, I had a best friend, she was white. Her mother divorced her husband, or her mother divorced her father. My friend's parents got divorced because he was a racist. She was a very nice girl. I loved doing choir. The choir was so cool. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't very sporting. That's how you get to tell someone about your past. But they, as I said before, I was the best in A, B, C, D, E. I got praised by XYZ teacher. There's a difference. If they don't tell you anything deep and it's just shallow and superficial and about how wonderful they were, beware. That's one of the red flags. All of these are red flags. Fishing for compliments, and never giving any unless it's a way to get ahead. Expecting favorable treatment to an unreasonable degree. So if we are together as parents, I must be the one who rests always. That kind of thing. Treat me as the king, but I'll never treat you as a queen. Anger when people don't cater to them or appease them. If you don't apologize for something you didn't do wrong, they'll be angry at you. There is no logic in how they behave. They're entitled to an apology even if they're the ones who did wrong. Period. They form relationships or friendships with people who boost their esteem. This person forms relationships with people who commonly come asking for advice. That's who they befriend, not people who they just are friends with because they want to know how they are. It's people who say, "Can you help me further my career?" Watch who the friends are. Seeing the feelings, needs, or desires of others as a sign of weakness. I have noticed this. But please, why should that have been traumatic? That kind of reaction when it was a traumatic experience, why should they be bothered? Why should they be hurt when someone has hurt them? That is dangerous. If they don't care about someone else's feelings, they will never care about yours either. How you feel, how you've been impacted by people, meaningless to them. They will therefore never defend you, never protect you, never stand up for you. They will not return kindness that you show them. A very recent one was this lady said, "Thank you for doing this." And the response was, "Why are you thanking me? Do you think I'm not capable of doing it?" But also, yeah. So there's no return. Thank you for spotting it. I appreciate that you noticed. And there's never any thank you for what you do. Never any I see how hard you work. Never any I don't know how you do this. You deserve a rest. Go and rest, and I will take care of everything. Never will that happen. Unless, of course, they love bombing you. In the start, when they're trying to catch you, they will probably tell you, "You're wonderful. You don't deserve to do this. Sit down and rest, and I'll take care of you." Belittling or diminishing the achievement of others. "Oh, he's got his degree, but the degree is easy to pass anyway." That. Something like that. "Oh, they're in the B class or they got a B. It doesn't matter. I've got all A's." Man, in this world, just passing is for these children, a lot of them just getting, yeah, it's, we've seen too many children killing themselves because they didn't even pass. We should celebrate each child's B, definitely. It's worth celebrating and nothing to look down on. When there's a but, when you acknowledge someone's achievements, run away. Patronizing, behaving in a way that's snobby or disdainful. "I'm better than them. I am the I'm the managing director. I deserve better than someone else who's not a managing director." Snobby. What else do they do? What other behaviors are they? They fear of or avoid vulnerability. So if they've done wrong, they will not be vulnerable enough to say, "I have done wrong. I am sorry. Would you please forgive me?" Asking for forgiveness makes you vulnerable. They don't want that. So therefore, they will not ever ask for forgiveness. They will never say they are sorry. They will never try and gain your trust if they lost it, that kind of thing. They will not work towards that because that makes them vulnerable. That means they're actually under your power. They don't want you to be the one who decides if they are forgiven or not. Hypersensitivity to criticism or failure. Just a simple thing. "Ooh, can you please pick this up? I'm tired of picking it up." And then, "Oh, you want to fight now?" Something like that. And you're thinking, I just stated one statement. What do you mean, do I want to fight now? Watch out for that kind of person. Sometimes they fake humility to hide their feelings. So now, how will we know if they're faking humility? We can't read a man's or woman's heart. And they avoid situations where failure is possible. So they only do things where they already know they can't do them. What a sad life that is. Okay, so it can be caused by genetics and imitation. We don't care about that because now it's more what we do with them now that they're here. I'm hoping that those of us who are watching are not like that, because if we are, and it's because of genetics, then there's no hope for our children. They will act charming, poised, and warm when they want to hook you in. But they want constant validation. So you have to live your life constantly praising them, never ever mentioning something that hurt you or harmed you. That's not a real relationship when you're constantly just praising someone, because part of adulthood and relationships is learning how to make each other happy and learning how to be less selfish. You're telling me, I was selfish? Nope. I'm not going to believe it, so I will not act on it. Instead, I'll continue being selfish or hurtful. Yeah, and they defend against challenges to their authority. I'm superior to you. You can't be my equal in knowledge in this particular subject matter. I will always know more, even than the experts. So what do? They find someone who will fill this narcissistic supply, someone who will constantly admire them. And of course, as I said before, it is very possible for them to be unfaithful, to get more of the narcissistic supply. Now, this is in terms of the relationship, specifically a love relationship, romantic relationship. In this initial phase, there is narcissistic love bombing, excessive attention, affection, compliments, and gifts. You will feel like, wow, I'm so loved. I've never been loved like this before. And unfortunately, because they tend to look for people who are empathetic, we'll come to that again later, people who are caring, they will appreciate it and see these gifts at face value, take them at face value, because they can't conceive of anyone who's doing this just to get you. They truly believe they're doing it because they love you, the essence of you. They'll make you feel special, safe, heard. Yeah, that is what they will do. They'll make you feel special. But that's just the way to groom you and get you in. Once they've got you and you've fallen in love, that all ends. But now, how do you tell if it's love bombing? If it's quick love, I fall in love with you. I mean, some people do. But if they fall in love with you quickly, or they say, I knew the moment I saw you that you'll be my wife, not I'll be your husband, that's also a big sign that something is wrong here. All right. Once they now have got you, they've love bombed you into their little web, then now they just want you to fuel their supply. You must admire them. It doesn't matter how now they treat you. They don't care about making you feel special anymore. And because they want to be special, they will do things that will hurt you in the process of them gaining their narcissistic supply. They'll be irritable, fight over minor things, pick minor flaws in you. They will first become, less attention. They'll give you less attention, less compliments. And you'll be thinking, what's going on? With this one, not only did he stop with the compliments and the you're amazing, I love you, but he would actually tell her, my ex-girlfriend, who you are still in touch with, is pretty. That is devaluation. This process, where they now have finished love bombing you and have trapped you, is called devaluation. Where now they start to make you feel like you're worthless. So they'll tell you, my girlfriend, Joni, is pretty, my ex-girlfriend. Or they will tell you, what's another one? Oh, look at Sandy's skirt. Sandy's skirt is so beautiful. But they never tell you that your skirt is beautiful. They never tell you you're beautiful. They don't tell you, oh, your eyes are beautiful. That is when they start making you feel like you're less than. They might even humiliate you in public. Make sarcastic statements that make you go, ouch. Oh my word, people, the first time you hear any sarcastic word about you, even if you're alone, but especially in public, don't go back to that person. They don't care about their impact on your heart. They can be aggressive or passive and underhanded, covertly cruel to you. And what will you do? Try and please them more. Oh, admire you, hoping that they'll admire you more again. You're thinking that they'll love you. You're overreacting. Oh, you're hypersensitive. When you say, but you're not being as nice to me. You're just being sensitive. Why can't you be more like that other pretty girl, for example? Well, if you've got a problem with me, then maybe you should just leave me. Instead of, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I made you feel that way. What can I do to help you realize your worth? They'll never say that. And then, if they are not married, they'll dump you. But if their goal is marriage, they will marry you, and then their emotional investment will die. Gone. Dead. Never again will they compliment you. Never again will they tell you they love you. Never again will they tell you what they love about you. Never again will they acknowledge anything you do. It will be dead, gone for the rest of your life, discarded, whether physically by dumping you or emotionally by just leaving you to be just an appendage, not a wife or a husband. So usually at this point, they found some other person who's gullible, naive, sees them only 1 hour a day or 5 hours a day, as opposed to someone who's seen them every day, and so doesn't know their flaws. And then this person is the new supply of admiration and ego stroking and boosting. And that's when you know that, okay, they found another source. And I urge you to run away. I really do. Run away, because you will never be the source. Sometimes they do come back, but it's a cycle. And they do, because of the novelty thing, they want someone else. And because if you really are married, you're not going to admire everything they do. No one can. We only grow by outgrowing certain bad patterns. So that's how it will be, guys. That's how it will be. I had an example. What was I going to say? Narcissistic supply, a new romantic partner, or a different social group. They may not be finding a different admirer in someone else of the opposite gender. It might be a new social group. Someone else who will admire my intelligence, etc. There's also that aspect as well. And of course, they will be perpetually the victim. They will switch and blame the narrative to say it's your problem, your fault, that things have fallen apart. And that's when they have discarded you, that you realize you've been abused all along. When the emotional affection, love, fake love, is gone. What's left? Just the sarcasm, just the belittling, so that I feel superior. Only that is left. And then you see, I'm actually being abused here if they haven't dumped you. They don't carry my burdens while I carry theirs. That's abuse. So who are they most attracted to? People who are empathetic, caring, and nurturing. Generally, that's most women. That's many women. But this particular lady is 100% that. And also, they want people who are lonely, yearning for love, or have low self-esteem. If you grew up being told you're ugly, you're terrible, your body is horrible, your face is horrible, someone who doesn't say that, ooh, they will be perfect for someone who's been victimized like that and has no self-esteem whatsoever, because they're walking around thinking there's a red light flashing over them. Pimples on my skin, pimples on my skin, my lips are embarrassing, I look like a drunkard, I'm so ugly, my forehead is big. If he doesn't see those things, you think you're in heaven and truly loved. Sometimes they will want the strong, independent woman so that they can say, see, I can subjugate you. And I've seen that happening with the person this man had an affair with. It was someone who had been strong, and he thought, I will dominate you and show you. You're not the most superior in this group, in our group. Yeah, all right. So what do? Run away, because they won't change. Preserve yourself, keep your safe space, and just run away. You cannot change them. You cannot change them. They can't take criticism. Adulthood is criticizing, saying, I don't agree with you. In a healthy relationship, you fight with your friends, or you argue, and then you disagree, and then you come back to each other and you're friends again. That's what a healthy relationship is like. You say, I see what you meant from there. Let's just agree to disagree. Nope. All right. Dominating conversation. Nah. Okay. They'll make you, the last thing they will do, They will make you think that you're crazy, gaslight you, make you the guilty one when you're not the guilty one. They will accuse you of being a troublemaker when you try and alert them to something wrong they've done. Instead of reacting to the wrong they've done, they'll react to your response to the wrong they've done. So when you see the signs, people, just the few first signs, go. See you soon.